Hello, this is a short video that I made as a result of a discussion about JDAMs and DCS on Discord within our squadron. There was some question about whether the fuse delay on the penetrator version of the JDAM actually helped, so I decided to test it for myself. My understanding of how it's supposed to work is that the delay setting is used to delay detonation of the warhead after the JDAM hits the ground to allow the JDAM a subsurface detonation, and thus make it more effective versus hardened structures or bunkers, like in this example here. Here's another example of a penetrator JDAM. This one uses a QuickSink seeker head. So I wrote a Lua script to measure the actual damage that the JDAM does. My first step was to determine what structure to use. So I measured in the sim the health of two hardened structures within DCS, the ammunition depot and the shelter, both found in the statics. Testing concluded that the ammunition depot was 20% stronger, so that's what I used. I set up 4 ammunition depots straddling Cobaletti's runway, 2 of them perpendicular, 2 of them parallel. The F-16 was used for the majority of testing, and 4 hardpoints were loaded. A GBU-31 version 1, a GBU-31 version 3, a CBU-10, and a Mark 84. I leveled off at 20,000 feet at approximately Mach 1 and then set active pause. The first test is the GBU-31 version 3 default settings. Power on your GBUs, select the targeting pod, and locate your targets. I'm going to try and drop all 4 JDAMs in the same target order, starting with the northeast, the southeast, the northwest, and the southwest. Keep in mind that I'm flying east-northeast, so that the northeast target will actually be the upper left on the MFD. It's going to look like a missile coming off the rails. But remember, active pause is on, so while the aircraft is stopped in space, the JDAMs when released will carry on at the aircraft speed. Now, even though I'm using unlimited ammunition, I'm going to have to wait for the bomb drop line to reappear to know that it's been reloaded on the hardpoint. Well, that's all 4. So now we just have to wait for the JDAMs to get to their targets. .9%. Well, that's disappointing. Remember that this is damage done to the target, not health remaining. .7. 9.6. 13.7. Let's look at the targets. Well, they're all good hits. Well, let's move on to the next test. For this test, we'll only be changing one setting. Again, power up your JDAMs, and you'll find the settings under Control. You'll notice that the default for the F-16 is an airburst. We need to change that to ground. Okay, we've released all 4 JDAMs. Just waiting for the impacts. .4, much better. .3. 92.4. And 92.4. So ground burst is an absolute must. We'll do a couple more tests using fuse delay. I won't bother narrating them as they are pretty self-explanatory. Here's a table of results from all the testing that I did. What I can glean from this is that the most consistent results are obtained using 0 milliseconds or ground impact. One thing for certain is that if you are going after a hardened target, you do need to use a penetrator version GBU, either a GBU 31 version 3 or version 4 or a GBU 24 paveway. Another interesting thing that I did notice is that the F-16 and F-18 yielded identical results. The A-10, while still averaging 90%, yielded slightly lower results, and I think it had to do with the kinetic energy that was imparted onto the bomb. Thanks for watching.